Good morning. My name is Ruth Nation, and I'm going to be your facilitator today. Today we're going to look at creating interactive lesson activities in Smart Notebook 11. Let's get started. We're going to create a hide and reveal activity, and I'm going to show you 3 different techniques for creating hide and reveal activities. The first is move and reveal, then order and reveal, and at last erase and reveal. All of these techniques can be found in your learner workbook starting on page 41. But first, let's look at some examples. Here's an example of each of the 3 techniques. Where is Tutankhamun's tomb is our question. Our first technique, move and reveal, we're going to take and select the box that's on top of our text and simply move it to reveal the answer. Move and reveal. You've created your text, and then you've just simply created an object that you've placed over the top of the text to hide it until after you've discussed the question. Move and reveal. In order and reveal, we actually need this box again, this object, and we're going to slip it into the dotted box, revealing our answer. In this one, we actually have 3 objects. We have the text box that we've made the same color as our dotted box, the background of our dotted box, making it seem to disappear. We have our dotted box and we have our highly contrasting box. And when we slip the highly contrasting box in the middle of the 3 layers of objects, our answer is revealed. Hence, it's called an order and reveal. If you don't have your text on top, it won't work. Order and reveal. In erase and reveal, we're going to erase this area in order to reveal our answer. So what we've done is we've created a text box. Then from our tools palette, we've selected a pen, made it the same color as our background, and colored over our text. To reveal the answer, we erase that pen. So we select our eraser from the lower right-hand color of our tools palette. I like to choose in the contextual palette the eraser all the way to the right-hand side, so I have the biggest eraser possible. And that way I just one swipe and there's my answer. And I'm going to erase and reveal the Valley of the Kings. There's an example of each of your 3 types of hide and reveal activities. You have your move and reveal. Oops, need my selector tool. Move and reveal, order and reveal, and erase and reveal. Now, why would you want to hide information before talking about it? We want to discuss. We want everyone to have a chance to give input into an answer before we actually reveal the answer. Or maybe we want to access our students' prior knowledge. We want to know what they're bringing to this project before we start giving information. Access prior knowledge. We might also want to allow the students to practice solving a problem before revealing the answer. We want them to have that little bit of a struggle, but we want the answer to be readily available so they can check their work. And this is just a little example of a move and reveal. I've simply placed an object over my text. Well, let's do one together now. We'll do it step by step, and we're going to do an order and reveal. And you can find order and reveal on page 43 in your workbook. Our question, where is the Valley of the Kings? Kind of keeping with our Egyptian theme here. I have instructions on here also. Drag the blue box into the dotted box. No matter what hide and reveal activity you decide to create, make sure you have instructions on how to reveal the answer. Don't assume that the student's going to know what to do. First thing I want to create is my answer. I'm going to create my text box so I know how large an object I need to cover it up or to reveal it. So I'm going to select the keyboard from my pen tray. It's the left button in my pen tray. So I have my onboard keyboard here. I'm going to select the text box from my tools palette. It's in the lower row of my tools palette. So I'm going to select the A and drag, and creating a text box. My answer as a capital letter, Egypt. So I'm going to, with my tools, with my keyboard here, I'm going to select the blue arrow that goes up. And this is my shift key. Creating an E, automatically goes back down, lowercase letters, and I'm going to type in Egypt. That's a little small, so I'm going to highlight my text, come up here to my contextual palette, and I'm going to change the font size by clicking on the drop-down menu and selecting 28. I'm also going to change the color of my text, because remember, my text color has to be the same as my background so that it will seem to disappear. So I'm going to select the box of colors, and I'm going to select white, which is in the lower right-hand corner, so that my text is now going to be white. Okay, I'm going to go back to my selector tool, and my text has disappeared. I'm going to get rid of my onboard keyboard here. Now, a tip. If you can't remember where you've placed your text, it disappears. You know, it's the same color as the background, it's gone. If you forget where you put your text, you need to find your text. You want to move your text. Something that you can do is, with your selector tool, you can just select the whole page. Just drag from the upper left-hand corner to the lower right-hand corner, and you're going to find everything that's on that page. Click again so that everything is deselected, and then you know what area to select to find your text box. And there's your text box. Okay, I'm going to remember, it's right up in here. Drag the blue box into the dotted box. Okay, so I need a blue box and I need a dotted box. For my blue box, I'm going to go to the Galleries tab and get a blue box that's already been made. The Galleries tab can be found in your side tabs. It's the picture frame. I click on the Galleries tab. I'm going to do a search for a button. I'm going to grab my onboard keyboard again from my tools, from my pen tray, the left button on my pen tray. I have my keyboard. I'm going to select up here in my search box, and I'm going to type a button. Oh, you just select the whole thing here and type button. Okay. Now, when I click on the magnifying glass that's just to the right of my search button, it's going to do a search. It's found 28 items. Related folders, pictures, interactive and multimedia, notebook, files, and pages. I just want a simple picture of a box. So I'm going to go to my pictures, click on the drop-down menu that's on the left of the word pictures, and there's my blue button. I'm going to select my blue button and just drag it onto my page. Now I have a blue button. Click off that. And now I know how big, but I can't see my text. I have to do something about that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make my dotted box first. So I'll have all three of my objects. Now I know how big to make my dotted box. My dotted box I'm going to make by selecting the Shapes tool in the tool palette. It's just to the right of the selector tool. Select the Shapes tool. I want a rectangle. It's in the upper row. I'm going to select a rectangle. I want to look at what my colors are, so I'm going to select the colors palette in the drop-down menu there. I want my fill color to be the same color as my background, the same color as my text. So I want it to be white. That's the lower right-hand color. I want my line color to be blue, so it'll kind of fit in with everything else. So I'm going to select blue for my line color. I also want, I said it was going to be a dotted box, so I also want to change my line. Next to the colors palette is a lines palette, and you can select that, line styles. I'm going to select the dotted line from my line style. Now, I'm going to click and drag from my upper left-hand corner to my lower right-hand corner, and I'm going to do it right on top of my other box so that I know that they're about the same size. Now I have my three objects. I have my text box, I have my dotted box, and I have my blue button. Now I have to put them all in the right order. It's just called an order and reveal. With my selector tool, I'm going to select my box that I just created, my dotted box. I want just the dotted box. I don't want all three of them, just my dotted box. Okay, selecting it. I'm going to grab the drop-down menu, and I'm going to make sure in order, up in your menu to order, that I'm going to send that to the back. That needs to be all the way to the back. My text box up here needs to be all the way to the front. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to select my text box. Here, yes. Drop down menu, order, bring to front. Now I have to simply put everything in the right layers. I want this to be where my text box was, and I'm going to move this and see where my answer is. That's still a little small, isn't it? Let's grab that text box, and let's grab the handle on the lower right-hand corner, and let's just drag that out just a little bit and make that just a little bit bigger. And then I can take that and center it also inside my box. Where is the Valley of the Kings? Egypt. This is an example of order and reveal. Again, detailed instructions on page 43 in your learner workbook. This hide and reveal interactive activities are appropriate for any subject, for any age level, and they really create a lot of interest. And so you can be able to capture the kids' attention and keep it. They're going to be wondering, what are you going to do with that? And there's so many different ways you can make them. The order and reveal, you can use magnifying glass and move it to reveal your answer. You might have a television box that you move to reveal your answers. There's lots and lots of different ways that you can use order and reveal, erase and reveal, move and reveal. Have fun with it. You're going to find that it really adds a lot of pop to your Smart Notebook lessons. Are there any questions?